Welcome back, everybody. S.T.E.P. Grim here. This is the continuation of our Skyrim Chronicle. I just began my countdown timer, and we are pushing the main quest forward, but we just finished up with the Skyhaven Temple. And I want to go back in here and create a display here that I like a little bit more. Oh, can I not get it back? Oh, there. Take that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is equip a blade sword. And didn't I have a shield? Blades shield. There we go. Hey, you want to stick to instrumental?
Certainly. I am trained in the 3 traditional bardic instruments. Sit back and enjoy some classical drumming. Oh, did you need something? Of course, anything you like. It would be my pleasure.
Okay. And I will store Dragonbane right here so that I don't accidentally smelt it down. Oh, by the way, what do I need to do in OBS so my OBS screen doesn't end up in my recording, please? I think I told it to record full screen and initial setup. What do I need to do in OBS so my OBS screen Bucksy, when you're recording, do you have your game in windowed mode so that you have, like, you can see part of your desktop while you see your game also? No. What happens is when I start the recording, I'm in OBS. Then I tab back to Skyrim full screen. To end recording, I go to OBS, which is on the recording. Okay. Okay, so hold that question, Bucksy. When we're done with this episode, I'll see what I can do. I think I know what's going on. I at least have some tips, but we'll talk about it whenever I'm done with this recording. Here's our guy here.
Wind, guide you. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here we can feel the Thum resonate from them. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
Nifty. Word of power in Kilcreath Ruins. Okay.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
Oh, he's suspicious.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have
These
always
two
sought to turn
factions
the
don't get
Dragonborn
along.
from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
Man, a lot of animosity between these two factions. That's tempting. But let's try and be a mediator here.
What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
Wow. A little bit fatalist there.
No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom.
Parthenax.
Dragonborn, wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. Only Parthenax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions that only Parthenax can answer. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Parthenax.
Man, this is neat. I've played all this before, but this is a refresher on the story. And I'm pretty sure I have a mod that does something to the Parthenax quest. I think it's called the Parthenax Dilemma. Buxy, I think I know what you're talking about with the OBS stuff. I have a pretty good idea. And your rephrasing just confirms what I was thinking. So we'll see if we can get it fixed once I'm done recording.
The path to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
The blades are going to tell you to do something, which you have a choice in what to do. But if you do what the blades want you to do, I'm not talking to you again. Learn the clear sky shout. Okay. Sky, clear skies. Spring, clear skies.
This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
Okay. Right. So, magic, unrelenting force, animate. What was it called? Clear skies. It'll be up here. There it is.
Look! Look!
Sprint. Oh. Oh man, another one. They're not really doing very much damage at all, so I'm kind of ignoring them and letting my stamina rebuild. Plus my dragon shout I think is already ready to go again. Looks like Lydia's on the ice wraith. My stamina regen's pretty quick. I can't remember if that's an orc trait or not.
Look!
What your mod might fix. Uh-oh, what?
Dremyolok, greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax.
Hey, bud.
Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
Okay, hold on. Buxy had some things to say about this quest. What your mod might fix is this. The blades don't want to talk to you until you've done the thing. The mod might allow you to say no to the blades, but you can do their quests anyway. Okay. Oh, you can keep using clear skies to get rid of the ice wraiths. And my regen is because I'm outside of combat. Okay. The bigger your pool of magicka, health, and stamina, the higher the regen rate. Oh, I didn't know that. Is it basing that off of my total pool of magicka plus health for stamina? Or plus stamina? To determine regen rates for all three? Or is it each respective? Like the more stamina I have, the quicker my recharge rate is for stamina specifically. It's-a me, Parthenax. He's the Mario actor. Okay.
You are bold, Wundernik. You dare enter a Dova's home without permission. I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
I need to learn the Dragon Wren shout. Can you teach me?
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first.
Okay.
Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits.
Okay, so I don't need to speak? I thought he told me that I did.
Dovahkiin, you'll understand fire as the Dove do. Why do you delay? Are you Dovahkiin or not?
Okay, so he wants me to... Fire breath. Wasn't this... I thought I had fire breath before. But it's got to be this one.
Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
Oh man, they just called me a dragon.
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Alright, Buxy says he's not sure if I'll get the opportunity, but at this point, but if I get the option to meditate, if I get a dialogue option to meditate on a word, I should do that. Alright, can you teach me the Dragon Wren shout?
I have expected you, Proda.
Prota first.
You would not come all this way for Tinvak, with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Yes, they are very protective of
Hey,
me,
Joa.
Bahlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
How can I learn it then? Yeah, if my mind can't comprehend it, how can I learn it?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
So we can end Alduin, duh. You just said it yourself. Yeah, maybe we should phrase it in a more positive manner rather than in terms of destruction, in terms of salvation.
Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lean Vokeen. Would you stop the next world from being born?
Interesting philosophical question. I didn't come here to debate philosophy with you. The next world will have to take care of itself. Yeah, I mean, what I would want to say is that sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. We don't know what the next world would bring, but there's a lot of hope in this one, and there's people struggling and striving, and there are good things happening. Anyway, that could take me off. I could end up talking for a little bit on that, and nobody wants to hear that. Let's run with this.
A fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough.
And there's
Croesus,
maybes in everything.
Now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world?
Because you're socially awkward? Get to the point. That's what this is saying. No, let's not do that. We're talking to an elder dragon here.
True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues.
Oh, interesting.
Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated.
Using the dragon wren shout, right?
Yes and no. Viknus Nikron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragon Rend shout to cripple Alduin. But this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Oh, they knocked him out of the time loop? They put him into like a parallel universe? Oh, sent Alduin forward in time. Unless we're the parallel universe.
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed.
What?
Rahwalan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll. But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suryek.
Maybe that's what he means by they exist and do not exist, because the events they foretell haven't happened yet, which is the nature of a prophecy, right? So it exists in the sense that it's written down on parchment saying this will happen, but it doesn't exist in that the events haven't actually unfolded. How does any of this help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break.
Wow.
You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
Wow, that's crazy. That whoever came up with this story, that's some pretty creative thinking. That's neat. Do you know where I can find an Elder Scroll?
Process. No, I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I.
Okay. We have about a minute left in this episode. We'll finish up the dialogue with Parthenax here.
Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
Oh, so that's where it is. It's Esbern or Angrir. You have to choose who you want to seek advice from, and maybe that puts you on a specific path, whether you're going with the blades or going with the dragon priests. What, I don't know. They're called something else. I always forget it. What do I do with the Elder Scroll when I find it?
Return it here to the Tid Ahran.
Okay.
Then
To the Time Wound.
Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation.
Ah, okay.
Then you will feel no dragon rend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir.
Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir, who are they?
The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater.
Okay, how could an Elder Scroll cast Alduin through time?
Vormendok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. Perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihon, they would not listen.
You mean you were there?
Yes. There were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin Stur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove.
Huh.
I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me.
How do you meditate on the words?
Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol.
Okay, and Buxy already told me a while ago that Foos is the one I want.
It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Force without effort. Okay.
Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol?
Oh, is this so that you can redo it, I guess? You can come back to him and change your mind.
It is called Force in your tongue.
You now
But
stagger
as you push
25%
the
more and get
world,
staggered
so does the
25%
world
less.
think
Okay.
that is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, well, I guess we're done talking with him.
Drem Yolok, greetings. Sum Ark Mora.
Alright, let's save right here. And again, I'm S.T.E.P. Grimm. Thanks for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. And I will see you in the next episode where this story continues. Thanks for visiting S.T.E.P. Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.